Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Heavy Metal Hotep back with another episode of Motive Mondays. Hope everybody's doing well, had a great day, and is having a great night. All right, so this is episode 14 of Motive Mondays, and today's episode is going to be about sacrifice. And before we get into it, I just want to make sure everybody, whoever's watching, make sure y'all subscribe, hit the like button, if you're not already subscribed, make sure you click the bell. And leave a comment if you have any thoughts about today's episode or any of the episodes that I'm doing or have done. So with that out of the way, we're going to get into it. So talking about sacrifice and what it may take within that to achieve your goals and basically accomplish whatever it is that you want to do, right? So firstly, you want to understand why it's important. I mean, if you're going to make sure you build upon something or focus on doing something, you're going to want to make sure you understand why. Why are you doing it? So I would say that sacrifice is important because anyone that's ever gone anywhere when it comes to things they want to achieve, big or small, right? They've had to sacrifice some things along the way. Could be time, could be, in a lot of cases, it is time, right? But, it could be whether you're spending time with your friends or anything like that, right? It could be getting something that you really want, but instead you're taking your resources and you're applying it to whatever it is that you want to accomplish or do. So, yeah, sacrifice, when it comes to achievement, sacrifice, honestly, whether we like it or not, is a big part of that, and it is important. So I would say in order to achieve your goals, you must sacrifice something. You have to choose to continue focusing on the things that you want to do as opposed to some of the other things you would rather do or you might think is more fulfilling or you might have to use some of your downtime to do when you could be spending your time grinding and building, right? And I think that's one of the parts of achieving your goals that not a lot of people like to think about, but because essentially what you're doing is there might be something that you actually want to do, but you know that if you're going to get to your end goal, you have to stay the course. And a lot of times, life is full of distractions, right? There's a lot of stuff out there in life that can distract us and take us off the path that we know that we need to be on in order to get to that end goal. So you might want to ask yourself, well, how important are your goals to you? How important actually are the goals that you're trying to achieve? How important are they really? Are they important to the point where you spend time grinding out whatever the steps are that you need to take to get to the end goal? Because if they are important to you, what you're going to end up doing, especially if they're important, I would say, they can be important to you, but I would say important enough to keep you focused. And that's easier said than done too, depending on whatever the achievement or goal is. But all the episodes, that I've, done so far and everything that we've talked about up to this point, are all a part of motivating you to get to that point and motivate you to do these certain things that ultimately get you to where you want to be or achieve whatever it is that you want to do. So another good question to ask would be how much and specifically what are you willing to sacrifice? What is it, whether it be time with family, whether it be time with friends? And let's be honest, not a lot of us really want to miss. No one really wants to miss out, and a whole different topic or a whole nother story, but it's a part of marketing too. It's something that seems to be ingrained in us, where we have a natural instinct to not feel like we're missing out on something, or if something's urgent, we want to be there and be a part of it. No one likes to miss out, and it's inherent in us, right? So all in all, when it comes to sacrifice, you want to make sure that you understand different things that it's going to take to achieve your goals. And specifically when it comes to sacrifice, what are the things that you might have to go without for a while in order to get to where you want to go, where you want to be, or whatever goal you want to achieve. Bars. So that's an important question that you got to ask yourself. You got to ask yourself, well, what is it that I'm willing to go without, or what is it that I'm willing to part with, even just temporarily? Maybe there's a big get together and all your friends are gonna, get together and do something, but you got to stay home and study, right? You got to stay home and work on your lines. You got to stay home and get this thing filmed or whatever, or write the song or finish the song, right? Maybe, got an exam coming up and you're actually supposed to go and, maybe a professor or whoever, a teacher, whatever, is going to help you go over some notes and help you study, right? Now, obviously, you could probably you're going to have more fun being with your friends and chilling and, going out somewhere. But again, if you want to, say, pass this exam or do any of the other stuff that I'm talking about, or I mentioned just a minute ago, you're going to have to sacrifice time with the homies, It sucks, but... And honestly, this doesn't apply to your friends, too. I mean, it could be someone that you're it could be a girl, someone that you're with, or someone that you're smashing. And that last part, is what, and I mean, we all know this, especially dudes. We all know that is definitely something that can detract you and derail you from, doing the things and achieving certain goals and being in certain places in life that you want to be. That's a big one. For most guys anyway. But at the end of the day, I mean, again, you got to ask yourself, how much time, stuff, things that you'd like to get for yourself, how much, and specifically what of those, what are those things, and how much of those things specifically are you willing to go without, sacrifice for a while? Could be it's temporary, more than likely, but could be a long time, could be, short term. So when you think about that, I think that's very important to consider and keep in mind when you're thinking about looking at the prize down the road, or wherever you want to be in life, or whatever goal you want to achieve, or what you're trying to get to. By the way, again, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, make sure you like and comment, and definitely share this video, right? Definitely, most importantly, subscribe and share. Trying to grow this channel. We're trying to get to at least 1,000 subscribers. And that's a goal I'm trying to achieve, and I'd really appreciate it if you guys definitely help me with achieving that goal. Let's work together. Let's build each other up. So, a lot of time when you talk about achievements or something that you want to accomplish, the bigger the goal is, a lot of times the bigger the sacrifice is. I mean, to be honest, that's something that kind of goes without saying. I mean, you think about it, anything that's actually worth having, right? It doesn't come easy, right? Anything that's really worth having, you got to work for it. I mean, that's how pretty much just about everything is in life for men. We'll just say that. I mean, I gotta throw that asterisk in there because, I mean, let's be honest, dudes, we have to work, we have to become. We all know that. Well, more and more of us are knowing that. I'll just say that. But at the end of the day, the bigger the ambition, more than likely the more you're going to have to sacrifice, the more things you're going to have to go without, maybe even longer than you anticipated. But if you really want to achieve that, if you really want to get to that end goal, you're going to do it. You're going to make sure that you are crossing your T's, dotting all your I's, making sure that you get to the point to where all that sacrifice, the different things that you went without, for as long as you went without it for, you're going to make damn sure that it's worth it. You know? Because that's one thing that no one wants. No one wants to deal with working super hard and then at the end of the road, it's not what they thought it was. Hold on, let me make sure. 1 second, y'all. Okay, we're good. Yeah. At the end of the day, that is exactly what is going to be crushing when you've done all these things and worked so hard and then you realize that the shit wasn't even worth it. So just make sure that you keep that in mind when it comes to the process of whether it be making a vision board, whether it be just writing your goals down or reading them every morning before you start your day to keep it in your mind, to keep it fresh. Whatever it is that you do, always keep in mind so that way you're not surprised that, or you're at a decision where it's like, dang, I really want to do this, but I know I should be doing this. If you keep that in mind, that is a part of it, it will help you to kind of already understand that when you get to those decisions, you are expecting it. So it will help with the decision being a little bit easier because you saw it coming. You already understood it. You know what time it was. So I would say one of the biggest things, one of the most common things, honestly, one of the most common things that we sacrifice when it comes to achieving our goals, I would say is time and leisure, right? It's time, and I would also say resources too. And then like more so I would say tangibles, like, you know what I'm saying? Like money or really things, because there's, and we all know the story. Anybody that works hard knows this. There's plenty of things that you would want to spend your money on right now, but you don't, because at that point where you are, you realize I could do that. But then if I do that and I get this thing, or I put money into this other thing that's not a part of me achieving my goals. And listen, guys, I'm not talking about like things that are part of what you want to do. Look, when they say you gotta spend money to make money, that is true. In most cases, that is true. Unless you know someone, you got lucky or whatever. In most cases, that's true, right? If it's right, maybe getting another guitar because you're joining another band, right? You know, or maybe that you're doing well in music. And I'm using music as an example because that is something that I'm becoming more and more versed in, not necessarily with my individual instrument or the other instruments I do play, but more so shaking hands with people, the industry, that kind of stuff, meeting people, networking, all of that. So it might be something as, you know, say you're getting further along, whatever. Now you want to hire a manager, right? Those things, I would say, anything that is going to help you get further along. It's really going to help you, not just you wrestling it in your mind saying, yeah, you know, I could use, you know, this new phone, you know, the one I got is perfectly fine and has plenty of space on it. But, you know, like, it could be that, it could be a new car, you know, you already got a car and it's perfectly fine, runs, get you where you need to go. It's not a gas guzzler. You don't need something that's more gas efficient. But you just want a new car because they just came out with, let's say, you know, the new Camaro or something, and, oh, you know, I got the money in my pocket, I could get it. No, at the end of the day, that's not something that you need. If you're going to spend that money, at least put it towards something that's going to help boost you up and push you along with the goal that you should be focused on more than a brand new car anyway. That's just an example. So at the end of the day, that's like the resources part. Then it could be the time. You could be spending time, honing your craft. Like maybe you're someone that is a rapper and you actually you're taking it seriously and you want to get somewhere with it. Well, if you're spending all your time at the club and every song you write, which maybe is once a month, is about spending time in the club, it's not really going to get you anywhere. Unless you get lucky and someone comes across it, great beat. You didn't really spend time making, because let's be honest, I mean, there's plenty of songs that are trash lyrically, but because the beat, is fire, that shit blows up. A little pump. Anyway, so yeah, unless you get lucky like that, you need to spend time actually learning how to write songs that you don't got to work with a bunch of writers to write you a hit. You write hits on your own, and then other people are hitting you up to join in and write hits for them. So, yeah, that's the time aspect. And, the leisure aspect is something that, like, maybe you don't want to do any of that stuff. Hell, you don't want to do anything. You just want to chill, relax. You're not trying to go out to the club. You're not trying to go out with your friends. You're actually trying to stay in. You're trying to chill and just chillax. That's it. Just relax, right? And yes, we talked about in the previous episode, we talked about not the previous episode, but one of the previous episodes was about taking breaks, right? And at the end of the day, that's important. Leisure is important when it comes to achieving your goals. But here's the thing. It should be treated as, aside from getting enough sleep, right? Take sleep out. But I'm talking about being awake, but you're not actually doing anything. Leisure time, I would say, should be treated as something that you reward yourself with, right? Treat it as a reward. All right, I got X amount of time. I'm going to spend this amount of time working on, studying for this test. And after that, I'm going to allow myself to watch an episode or two of something on a streaming platform, right? On Hulu, right? Those things should be treated as rewards for getting it in and grinding and doing what you need to be doing to get to your end goal. A lot of times we're going to have to sacrifice more leisure time, because think about it. The more time you spend in your leisure, the less time that you are building. And that's now, how's that productive and conducive to you achieving your goals, right? Like, when you think about it, you don't even need me telling you this. You realize, yeah, that is true. I'm not building. I'm not doing anything. I'm watching Hulu. I'm watching Disney Plus or whatever. So I would say that's the leisure aspect of it. You have to sacrifice leisure time to do these different things that you're trying to do. And then use leisure time as a reward for getting in and grinding first. So I would say that if you really want to achieve your goals, the sacrifices that you make should be time, resources, some of your resources, and leisure. But flip it, use it in a way to where you still get your leisure time. You do get to do the things that you enjoy still, but it's a reward system. It's not I'm going to do this all day and then maybe I'll go and study. Don't sound right. At least if you're trying to achieve your goals. So once again, everybody, make sure y'all subscribe, like, share, comment. If you enjoyed this video, definitely give it a like, definitely give it a share. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. It's going to help me out a lot, and I'll be able to, create more content for you guys and actually make the content better. The more I get this stuff out there, Basically, like, help me help you. If you find any of these videos helpful, definitely share them. And with all that being said, that's all I got for you guys tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed the video. I hope that, and I got to thank everybody that is watching and will be watching. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, hope you guys have a peaceful, prosperous, and productive day tomorrow. And yeah, we'll see you guys later. Peace.